The title, The Long Glasgow-kys, comes from that very Glaswegian of habits, which is the headbutt. Throughout Scotland, the Glasgow-kys is a euphemism for an extremely violent headbutt, which has been refined to fine art by Glaswegians. The story behind The Long Glasgow-kys involves Lennox, who is an inquiry agent, basically a private detective working in Glasgow in the 1950s. He is someone who is morally ambivalent insofar as he works for people on the wrong side of the law as well as people on the right side of the law. And he has a very enthusiastic approach to women. He's a bit of a ladies' man. So this starts actually with him being involved with the daughter of a very successful bookmaker, someone who obviously makes a lot of money from the racetrack and whatever. And he is on a date with her, and when they come home, they discover the police at her home because of her father, Small Change McFarlane, this famous bookmaker, has been murdered. Lennox spends most of the book trying not to get involved in the investigation of McFarlane's murder, but obviously is dragged deeper and deeper into it. When you write a character over a series of novels, they begin to take a full and complete shape that seems to be independent of me as a writer. And I find that a very rewarding experience, because as you go through the series, you find it easier to write because the characters are more alive in your head, and you understand every nuance. But it is also a strange experience because sometimes you plot out a novel and you have an idea that this is going to happen at this time, and you get there and your character won't do it. There's something in the back of your head is saying, no, what you had planned here won't work. He's not going to do this. Classic noir is a form that I have always loved. Chandler, for example, is God, basically. And I always wanted to write something that was classic noir. But I don't live in the 40s and 50s. So what I wanted to do was to revisit the genre with hindsight, if you like, because I think that the readership today is more sophisticated in many ways than the readership when Chandler was writing. I would say there are more differences than similarities between the society of the 1950s and today. I think for me, it's part of the interest in writing about that period. I think that's where the differences lay. Certainly from a British standpoint, as I say, it was the death of the empire. It was also the death of the deferential society, where Britain's very strict and regulated class structure started to evaporate. So I would say when you look at the 50s, you don't see similarities, but you see where things started to change, and basically the world we inhabit today started to be formed.